Hi, I'm Molly Gold, home organization expert, and today it's DIY July, ways to refresh your deck. I don't know about you, but we spend a ton of time outside in the summer. I love the fresh air, I love the warm sun, and I love to entertain, so our deck becomes an extension of our living space. And fortunately in North Carolina, we can really do that 3 seasons long. So this summer, our screen and porch was really going to be the epicenter of a lot of special events, and it was time to tackle a refresh. We didn't have a budget to completely redo it, and that was okay. This is a completely unsponsored video, but I am going to mention some products that we use that made all the difference in us being able to give our deck a facelift and really make it that room that we cannot love more. So the first thing we had to do was decide whether or not we were going to clean or paint. And when it comes to, if you have a screen and porch, you've got all those spindles on the bottom and you've got the big pieces of wood, it can get really nasty with all the pollen, spiders, and dirt. We used a product called Mold Armor to see what was happening underneath, and by the grace of God, it all came off and we didn't have to repaint, so that was awesome. However, when it came to the flooring, it was really time for that power wash discussion. Do we power wash? Do we stain? We didn't want to get into that. So we found a product by Olympic called Rescue It. And what the Rescue It did was it not only covered the flooring in a way that we won't ever have to cover it again. Once you put that on there, it's kind of got this bit of a tacky feel. It's got a little texture. It's basically painted wood now. I chose not to put a pattern in there. I just wanted it to be a nice fat job, but it's made it feel like the beach. By putting that light color on there, this totally feels like the beach to me now. Next step, furniture. Totally did not have a budget for new furniture. Wish that I had a budget for new furniture, but instead it was about repainting. So this furniture right here, I had a variety of pieces. I had the benches, which we've had, oh my gosh, for 15 years now. They went from our previous house to this house. Had these chairs, had the table behind me. All of it was black. So a combination of spray paint to get that black covered up, and then Valspar exterior paint to go ahead and get that color on made all the difference. Now notice I've got these 2 red chairs here. You can't see it, but I did the same out on the deck with some Adirondack chairs. That punch of fire engine red made a huge impact in how everything settled. So once we got it all painted, then the question was covering. So I found some really fun, trendy cushions at a local store called Carolina Pottery. They have about as many patio accessories as you could want. And then I love Americana, and that was a big part of why I chose for this deck to have the red, white, and blue summery feeling. I do have some artwork that's got a little bit of sky blue in it. You know, artwork and accessories on the deck kind of make it feel homey. But I chose some American flag pillows from Kohl's, just tossed them on there, and voila, you've got that Americana feel, which is really very consistent for the entire summer. I pull those off in the winter. Red and white looks good for decorating pretty much the rest of the year. So when you look from the outside of the house and you see this red and white, it totally makes sense. And the last thing I did is you gotta have twinkle lights on your deck so that when you're sitting out here in the evening, it's got a nice ambiance. I found these lights at Walmart of all places. 12 bucks for 36 globe lights. And you tell me, if you have a deck and you've been looking at lighting, have you ever seen them cheaper? And they don't need to be more complicated than that. So those are the things that we did to refresh our deck this summer. I'd love to know, do you spend time on your deck? And if so, is it ready for a refresh? What kinds of projects could you do in the month of July to give your deck a splash and really finish the summer strong? This is one of my favorite places to spend time. Check out our Pinterest board for outdoor living spaces where I collect lots of good ideas there too. And thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you're having a great DIY July. We'll see you next time.